What's going on? It's your boy Luke. I'm actually out today, guys. I am on my way to get a haircut. I know I look crazy. My fiance actually says I look like Eddie Winslow. Can you believe that? Eddie Winslow from Family Matters. My hair is crazy. But anyway, I want to make this video, guys. I want to talk about a recent deal I did. Well, I don't know if it's too windy. Close the sunroof. So yeah, I'm on my way right now, and I am on my way to get a haircut. I'm gonna go hit up my boy Jay Bayless. If you don't know Jay Bayless, he is the best barber in the area. Okay, guys, best barber in the area. I go to him every time I want to get a haircut. He's on point. So if you know him, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, you need to visit him. He's out here at the haircuttery in Warner Park. But anyways, the reason why I want to make this video, guys, is because I want to also talk to you guys about a recent deal that I've recently closed. I had somebody who wrote me on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, guys, my Instagram is @officialusta, @officialusta on Instagram. Okay, so follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm always posting things, always posting positive, great energy posts, as well as you know, on my stories as well. I'm posting things I'm doing on my day-to-day deals that I'm doing, and also giving out tips, guys. So follow me on Instagram. So anyway, I had a follower on Instagram write to me, and they were asking me, why don't I actually do like a breakdown of my deals? So I thought about it, and I said, you know, that'd be great. That'd be a great way to give out some content and also teach you guys what a typical deal may look like, and also give you some insight as to how I did my deal. Excuse me. So while I'm on my way to the barbershop here, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the deal. I recently closed the deal, guys, and the way I found the deal. Okay, before I even get into talk about how I find the deal, the first thing I want to mention, guys, is I spent close to $0 marketing to get this deal. And what I mean by that is, if you have some experience wholesaling, you know, real estate investing through wholesaling, then you know that there is some money to be invested. It's usually invested into advertising. You don't need any money to, of course, buy the house. I didn't need any money to buy and then resell the house, but I did need money to do a little bit of advertising, guys. And the advertising I did is relatively cheap in comparison to the typical advertising that's usually done in real estate wholesaling, which is usually direct mail or bandit signs. What are some other ways? Direct mail, bandit signs, cold calling, getting lists for cold calling. What I did is I did something different, guys. I did something that's called driving for dollars. You may have heard of it, you may have not heard of it, but I actually found this deal just literally driving around in my car and surrounding neighborhoods where I live at, and I did it really on my spare time. So let's say if I were, you know, dropping off my daughter to school, and on the way back from dropping her off, before I get back to the house, I'll just drive around, go into a different neighborhood I haven't been in before, and just see if there's any vacant houses there. The thing that makes it so relatively cheap, guys, is instead of you grabbing a batch like a list of 1,000 addresses and names, instead of you doing that, what you're actually doing is you're actually driving around and specifically finding properties that you know are distressed. And usually with distressed properties, owners of distressed properties, the properties are usually distressed mainly because either the owner cannot afford to fix the property, and especially if it's vacant, obviously they don't live there. So if the property is in bad shape and is vacant, then they must not be able to afford to upkeep the property. Also, the owner is also paying taxes every single year still for the property that they have vacant. And sometimes you'll even find that some of those vacant properties, that some of the owners also have mortgages, guys. So a lot of times these type of homeowners are usually very, very motivated to sell. However, you know, nobody just ever contacted them to sell it, or maybe they thought about selling it and just wasn't ready, or whatever the case may be. But you want to get in touch with these people because they have houses literally sitting around in terrible shape and they're not making any kind of money on it, and actually they're spending money on it every single year. It's a money pit. Okay, so a lot of times homeowners of houses that are vacant, they are more willing to sell, and they are actually more motivated to do so simply because the house is just a money pit. And if you could be the person to come along and say, hey, look, I could buy your house for cash, I can get you out of your situation, and I'll purchase your house just the way it is with all of the damages, and I'll deal with all of that, and I'll give you a cash deal, and you could walk away stress-free from having to worry about paying any more taxes or anything like that. A lot of times, people, that is like, to these homeowners, a lot of times that is like, you're like sent from God. Okay. In other words, they love to hear that. They love to hear it. They love to hear that there's somebody out there who'll be willing to buy their house. And it's funny because sometimes these people don't even believe that anybody will buy it because of how bad of a shape it's in. But anyway, that's, I just want to explain to you a little bit about exactly who we're looking for, and the reason why, it does cost your marketing costs to be a lot cheaper is because you're targeting people who are more likely to be motivated, and you could do a smaller amount because it's more concentrated of a type of a seller that you're looking for. So you can do a smaller amount, thus spending less money, but you're increasing the chances of you having a motivated seller, guys. Okay, so it's driving for dollars is great for that reason. Super great. And another thing too, guys, is I'm currently using a tool that literally makes driving for dollars super duper simple. If you know what driving for dollars is, then you know how long of a process it can be. Okay. But if you don't know what driving for dollars is, I actually have a video available about it on my YouTube that teaches you exactly how to do it, teaches you what it is, so you can watch that, you can check it out, and you could find out how to do it. But for those who know, this video is assuming that you do know how to drive for dollars. I am using a tool that literally makes the whole process super simple, super quick, and you can do it in literally 30 seconds. Okay. So the houses I find now, guys, I literally have the tool on my phone. It's an app that I use. I have it on my phone, and all I literally do is just let's say if I found a house right now, I'll show it to you. Okay. Make sure I'm not blocking any traffic here. I'll show you the tool. Okay. And I'll also put a link in the video, guys, so that way you guys can, if you guys are interested, you guys can look into it as well. But literally, here's the app right here. I'm not sure if you can see that too well, but these are all different properties that I have found driving for dollars. And each of these people have gotten a mail from me immediately. Once I find a property, I send them a letter. They usually get the letters in about 4 to 7 days, 4 to 7 business days. And it's just the fact that instead of you having to take down the address, find the owner's mailing address, and then after that send them a piece of mail days later, trying to collect addresses, you can literally do that per address right in front of the property, right off your phone. It makes it super fast, super simple. So at the end of the day, you're getting to these homeowners before anybody else can. And the thing that I like most about it, guys, that this app takes a step further is it actually teaches you, and not teaches you, but I'm sorry, it actually has the ability to skip trace right on the app as well. So let's say if you find one of those properties that have matching addresses, the ones that you can't send any mail to because clearly the house is vacant, you can skip trace it and actually find their actual address or maybe even a phone number and call them immediately. Now, guys, this is super clutch. Imagine if you're in front of a house, a vacant house that needs tons of work, and you get the homeowner's phone number and you just give them a call and tell them that you're interested in the house and you'd like to know if they would be considered selling, and you just never know. They may want to sell and they may want to let it go. Okay, so this is extremely clutch, guys. The tool is extremely clutch. But anyways, not to stay on that too much, I did want to get into breaking down the deal for you. So I just want to let you know how I found that deal. I found that deal driving for dollars, and I did it using the tool. Okay, and when I finally got in touch with the homeowner, again, when a homeowner called me from my marketing piece from the app, they called me to let me know that they received my letter, that they were interested in selling, and they wanted to know an offer. So the first thing I did, guys, is I spoke with them. I let them know what I do. I let them know that I buy cash. I let them know what I could do for them, and then I also told them I'll be more than happy to give them an offer. It's a risk-free. It's not anything that they'll have to be held to, no obligation. And all I would need to do is get access to the property and see the property, so that way I can make them a fair offer. So the homeowner was open to that. Of course, they want to sell their house, so they were open to that. And then we scheduled an appointment. There is no parking here at all. Jeez. So we scheduled an appointment, guys, and I went to go by, see the house, took a look at it, and I gave them an offer. Okay, I offered this couple. It was a couple that owned it. I offered the couple $145,000 at first for the house. They didn't want the $145,000, and it's only because they did receive another offer from someone else that they were talking to for $150,000, but because I was able to also show them proof of funds, which, guys, is super clutch. If you can get your hands on some proof of funds, you should really do that and include it in your offers, because, you know, money talks. So because I showed them proof of funds, they were willing to go with me at $150,000. So I ended up getting the property on the contract for $150,000, and then finding a buyer in the area, flipped it to them for $153,000. Okay, flipped it to them for $153,000, and ended up making $3,000 in between in less than 30 days. Okay, so that's pretty much the breakdown of the deal. I found it using Driving for Dollars. I found it by driving around in the neighborhood, using my special app, which I will also include in the link. So look in the link below for that. I did it using that special app, and put it under contract. Did a purchase and sell as is contract, typical contract, and found a buyer for $153,000. Did a assignment contract with them for $3,000. So I made my fee there, the $3,000, and did it all in less than 30 days. They closed on it, and then they bought the property, and I took my $3,000, and we were all happy. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's how I did that deal. It's super simple. All it does is it just requires a little bit of your time and effort and a little bit of money. I think all in all, I sent them probably like 3 letters. So it's $1 letter. So I spent about $3 on the letters. And then after that, just maybe another $50 traveling back and forth to the house, talking with the seller, showing the buyer the house. And other than that, just maybe like 2-3 hours on the phone. That's all I invested, guys, and I made $3,000. Okay, so I wanted to teach you guys this. I wanted to show you guys how I did it. So now you know. I want you guys to get out there, go find you some deals. Driving for Dollars is great. Start driving around, find a deal that you can put together. Use the app, guys. I'm putting a link below in this video, so use the app to your advantage. Okay. If you need to know anything else, please send me a message. Also, comment and subscribe. Subscribe to my page. Follow me on Instagram. Again, that is Official Usta, on IG at Official USTA. Follow me on Instagram, and subscribe to me on YouTube to stay up to date on more tips and videos. Okay, guys. All right. So it's a pleasure always doing these videos for you guys. I hope to see you guys again. I don't think I'm gonna get a haircut today because the parking is ridiculous. I've been driving around this whole time a parking lot. Jay, I hope I can get a discount for this, man, because I can't seem to get a parking spot anywhere. So anyways, guys, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll be speaking to you again on the next video. Peace.